Way too often, SEC Media Days gets a whole bunch of coach speak and generic answers that don't really tell us much about where a team is mentally or physically for the upcoming season. But that did not happen yesterday when the Gators took the podium. Florida Gator players came right out and spoke their minds, and it's a big deal, not only for this season, but also for the direction that the program's headed in general. Gators cornerback Jason Marshall told On3's JD Pickell, "We're about to shock the world," in an interview at SEC Media Days. I really want you guys to listen to what he said to JD Pickell, but I also want you to listen to the confidence in his voice when he said it.
Is there a chip on the shoulder right now, or what's the attitude internally?
It definitely is a chip on the shoulder for not only myself and how I want my season to go, but as well as the team. And, summer workout, spring, we've been working, put our head down, working. Everybody know, it's doubt out there. People are doubting us for real, and we coming out, and we about to shock the world.
Ready for it.
Here's what I think is important to realize here. These players hear every bit of noise from the outside world we live in. They see every single social media post. They know what's going on the message boards. They see what YouTubers say about them, and they know what fans think the program and what direction it's headed in. They know what fans of other programs think and what the national media is projecting. Marshall said it's definitely a chip on the shoulder, not only for myself and how I want my season to go, but as well as the team. Summer workouts, spring, we've been working, put our heads down, working. Everyone knows that there is doubt out there. People are doubting us for real. We coming, and we're about to shock the world. We're going to do a season's prediction video. Several of you have asked for that, so it's coming, but not today. That is not the point of this video. But here's what I'll say about the mentality of Jason Marshall and others on this roster. They don't care that Vegas has us as a 5.5 over under. They don't care that On3 didn't put a single Gator in their all SEC squad. They don't care that the SEC media picked us to finish in the bottom half of the East. They don't care that UF is a double-digit dog to open the season in Utah. None of that matters to them. You see, it's impossible not to see the noise. In today's society with Twitter, message boards, YouTube, Instagram, and a million people with a million opinions, these kids cannot possibly not hear what is being said about them. But what's good? They don't care. Coach Napier has them focused. He has them locked in. Now, what does this all mean for UF? Not a damn thing if they don't go out there and execute. It's not going to be easy. We have the toughest schedule in the entire country. But here is what we have continued to preach. UF isn't as far off as people think. We're going to get back to this in a minute, but I really, really want to encourage you guys to subscribe to our channel. We have a massive goal of reaching 5,000 subscribers by the time Florida kicks off against Utah on August 31st. We are trending in the right direction. It looks like we will hit 5,000, but we need you to help us get there. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so right now. We did a video on ESPN's FPI, which, by the way, is not a perfect metric by any means, but ESPN has us at 8-4 right now. They've got us as a slight dog to FSU, and the only true games where they think that we are truly it's out of reach for us is Georgia and LSU. There is a ton of focus on the quarterback position, and I get it. That is huge. But let's move around that. What if UF upgraded at nearly every other position group on the field? Running backs are reloaded. Wide receivers are going to be really, really talented. The offensive line is the deepest we've seen in a really long time if they still stay healthy. And like we told you the other day, we expect a huge step forward for this defense under Austin Armstrong. But what about the quarterback position? Well, we've talked about that too. I know some folks don't like to hear this, but Mertz is probably not going to be asked to go out and win games by himself for UF. However, if he can be consistent and that the talent levels around him have increased, there is no telling how effective this offense could be. Last year, the Billy Napier era began with really them shocking the world against Utah, which kind of set some massive, maybe unfair expectations for Billy Napier and this team. And, they didn't really live up to those. I think that's going to be different this year, though. I think, first of all, that fans need to have tempered expectations. I think if this team figures out a way to win 7 or 8 games, that's a step in the right direction. But when I listen to Jason Marshall talk and I hear about that chip on his shoulder and them being willing to put the work in, keep their head down, give 100% relentless effort, what that makes me think is that when they get into games during the season that are a coin flip, there's a decent chance that they walk away winning more of those than losing them, which would be a change from last season. UF played in a lot of close games last year, and a lot of those did not go the Gators' way. The positives from those losses are that this team never quit. We never saw this roster give up on what Billy Napier was trying to accomplish on the field, even if a loss was what was the result at the end of the day. I really do think with the offseason work that has been put in, the spring that this team had, and the overall mindset improvement on this group of players, you are going to see Florida win a lot more of those coin flips this year. And really, that changes the record. Florida is probably less than 10 plays away from 3 additional wins last season. They can get those wins this season with this better mindset, with this chip on their shoulder, with the improved player personnel that Napier has brought in both through the transfer portal and with his last signing class. So I really do think that you're going to see a step forward for this program from last season. But again, Gator fans are going to have to be patient and allow this process to play out. But I think you are going to see major growth. Listen, I don't care if you think UF is winning 10 games or if you think they're winning half that many. At the end of the day, what I want and what I pay for when I take my kids to games is kids and a staff who expect to win every single game when they take the field. I don't know how many wins that we end up with, but I think that the players and staff in the football facilities know more than all of us do. I think they like the underdog role. I think they like being counted out before the match has even started. Now it's on them to go out there and do something with it. Do something with the chip that they have on their shoulder. What are your thoughts? Do you think Marshall and company can shock the world? Do you love that mindset? If not, we might not be the right channel for you. If you do love it, we are the right channel for you. So make sure you're subscribed today. If this video doesn't have you hyped up and ready for Gators football, then click this one and see if it does the trick.